Hey, and welcome to Blue's Garden. I'm going to do some potting up today. First, as I start all the time when I'm potting up, an inch or two of some sifted potting soil, not seed starter, in the bottom. I use a big screwdriver and use the handle to make a hole for the seedling. I then carefully thin them so that I only have one seedling per potted up. Tuck it in and use a mix of some sifted seed starter / potting soil, a little bit of both. That gives the nutrition of the potting soil and the extra peat of the seed starter. I will continue that on for the rest of my 6-pack of Ukrainian plum. Next up after that, some Roma tomato. Now in this 6-pack, I ended up getting, because I double seed them, I ended up getting quite a few seeds, and sometimes I don't just cut them. If they both look healthy, I may end up teasing them apart and planting them both from one cell. Again, fill in around the side with that mix of potting soil and seed starter. In this case, I am just doing the one from there. Fill it all in. I will do the same, and out of the 6-pack, which means 10 or 12 seeds, I ended up getting a total of about 7 of the Roma tomato, which is fine. I will end up actually doing a second batch, planting them on March 15th. After I pot up something, I always remember to water things in. That way there's no air in the roots. And they need a drink. They've been stressed. In addition to doing some veggies, I also did some of my flowers. I have some bachelor buttons I've started. And same thing, a couple of inches of potting soil down below. And then fill around with the potting soil and seed starter mix. Again, to remind you, the potting soil and seed starter, potting soil's got the nutrients and the seed starter has extra peat for a little extra water retention. And I will keep going. You don't need me to narrate through every single one of these. It's all the same process. After the bachelor's button, I did some marigolds. Now, marigolds I like for both the aesthetic beauty. I love the orange, the fire orange colors of the marigolds I have. But I also like to use them as interplanting around my vegetables to get some nice pollinators attracted. The bees and whatnot. Love them. Don't forget the label. Label. Everything looks the same. It's all green and small and a couple of leaves. After the marigolds and bachelor button, I did some herbs. And I'm starting with a sweet basil. Now, I will take some of the seed-started basil, and I will put it in these ceramic pots that I will now have up on my kitchen windowsill. Makes it easier for grabbing some fresh herbs. I'll do 2 of these. I use a lot of basil, so I'll do 2 of the sweet basil. Tuck them in. You don't want a lot of air in there, so make sure there's plenty of soil to root contact. Fill in whatever's left with a little bit of that seed starter / potting soil mix. For now, it's all just straight water. Do the same with what was remaining of the 4-inch pot. And then of this 3-pack of the ceramic pots, 2 of the sweet basil and 1 of this dark opal basil. I like it for presentation. I also think it's a kind of a cool looking color. Fill in the 4-inch pot. The 4-inch pots will go back underneath my grow lights. And then the ceramic will go up on my windowsill in the kitchen. Long night of potting, so I'm going to take some time off, and Tucker will supervise the fire in front of the fireplace. Early the next day, I got started on potting up with some of my bell pepper. I have some Big Red Bell and my gardener seeds and some Golden California Wonder. And I up-pot both of those and do the same process. It's a larger 4-inch pot with potting mix on the bottom and then a mix of potting mix and seed starter on the side. Brussels sprouts, and I will start with Long Island Brussels sprouts. Now, I typically have lousy germination rates and put a lot of seeds in there, and this year I lucked out, and it was the same batch of seeds as I've used the last couple of years. So tuck them in, press it so that there's good soil contact with the roots, fill in with the seed starter potting soil mix, label everything. Like I said, I did some of the Long Island Brussels sprouts. I got 3 of those potted up. And then I'm going to do my Catskill Brussels sprouts. I do a couple of different varieties because they come due at different times. And they have different traits for pests and whatnot. So move the seedling in. Fill it in with some potting mix seed starter. Label everything because I'll forget. Here they are back underneath the lights. Here's the marigold and a zinnia envy. Here are my bachelor buttons and the herbs under the grow lights. Thanks for watching. Really helps if you share and comment on these videos. Please like and subscribe. That'll help me grow, and then I can help you grow.